school today, honey? Did you try talking to Ryan again? I've tried talking to him every day for the past week. All he does is avoid me and lie to everyone about me. I don't want him in my baby's life. It's better that way. I agree with you, but at least you know you did the best you could. Absolutely not. If you want to keep this baby, which is fine, that's your choice. But if you do, you need to hold this little sheet financially responsible. He is 18 years old and needs to be treated like the grown man he pretends to be. No, I don't want child support from him. I'll do it on my own. I don't want him having any claim to my baby. If you think those pretentious assholes he calls mom and dad will let him get away with not going after custody, you're wrong. You've told the whole town he is the father. We are far beyond pretending like he isn't a factor. And not to come off as harsh, but you won't be doing this on your own even if you don't go after support. At least for the first while, you will depend on your mother and I for financial help and stability, which I am more than happy to do. But you have to understand that raising a child is expensive. God forbid something happens to your mother and I, then you are completely on your own. At least with going after child support you will be able to get government aid as well. Your father is right. It's his job to help support his child just as much as it is yours. And if it ends up in court, we will help you pay for an attorney to keep you with primary custody. But he owes that baby at least financial support. I just hate the idea of him having anything to do with this, with how he is acting. I don't want him to hurt the baby. He may surprise you. He may come around by the end of your pregnancy and end up being a fantastic father. I wouldn't hold my breath, but I also would just completely give up all hope. Just focus on growing your healthy, happy baby. That'll be a cold day in he 11. That child will never be man enough to actually be a father. You can count on that. That's it. Honey, call that little asshole's parents and tell them we need to have a serious conversation. I'm over this bullshit. I'm about to find this kid and beat his ass. What happened now? Our pastor just called to confirm that our daughter is pregnant. When I said yes, he offered us prayers and told us that she is not welcome back to the church because of her sins. I'm kicking Ryan's ass in his. No, don't call them, please. It will just end up with drama. They won't be able to do anything. What did you tell the pastor? I told him that he can shove his precious and pure congregation up his ass. That none of us would be back, and to make sure he minds his own family. Because nobody said anything to his wife after she was caught having an affair last year. Dad, you have to calm down. You don't have to attack the whole town because of something I did. I'm the one who made the mistake of sleeping with Ryan and getting pregnant. People are going to talk about me. It's fine. It's not fine. It's not like every other teen in your high school isn't having sex. You're just the one who ended up pregnant. And as long as I'm alive, no one will talk badly about you to me and get away with it. I don't care who it is. I just don't see what a conversation with his family is going to do. We can let them know exactly what is going on and how what their son is doing is affecting you and our family. Like it or not, we are going to be in each other's lives forever. Might as well try to settle this before the baby is born. We can let them know that if their little sheet they call a son doesn't stop with the slander, we will be pressing charges. And that will just tarnish their sparkly reputation even more than a teen pregnancy. Steve, we don't have to go into this so aggressively. That won't help us solve the issue. That will just create more animosity. Oh, it will solve something. I will drag their whole family through the mud if I have to. If that boy wants to start a war, I will end it. This is my baby girl, and I'm not going to sit by it and let some future strip mall car salesman destroy her self-esteem. Okay, I will call them. Just please promise me you'll try to be civil until you have an actual reason not to be. Thank you so much for agreeing to meet with us, Miranda and Bob. It means so much. Of course. We just feel so terrible for your poor girl and her situation. We'd be happy to help in any way we can. That's so good to hear. We are just wanting what will be best for this baby, and our families getting along is what will be the best. I'm sorry, but how would our families getting along help with your daughter's pregnancy? I don't see how these two are related. Because your son is the father. I'm honestly surprised he is sent here to be in this discussion. Oh no, you've got that wrong. We've spoken to our son, and he has assured me that there is no possible way this baby to be his. He wouldn't lie to us about something like this. Well, your son isn't being very honest, is he? He slept with our daughter multiple times, then slandered her name all around town and said she slept with a teacher. Our daughter said he is the only one she's been with, and he is the father. No offense, Steve, but I don't think your daughter would be honestly about sleeping around with half of the town. Our son is clearly the victim of her lies. She is aware that he is from a well-off family, and if she can convince him that he is the father, then she is set for life. No offense, Bob, but your son has quite the reputation of a player and a cheater. We have him in writing admitting to sleeping with our daughter without protection. Now she's pregnant. Is it that much of a stretch that he is the father? It is when he has told us something completely different. Clearly those texts are fake. If you two could even just consider the possibility. Once this baby is here, we will be demanding a paternity test. If he could at least be civil and cooperative, this would be better for everyone. I understand this is so hard on your family, but dragging my poor son into this is not the answer. Your daughter needs to be honest about who the father is. Ryan is the father. I wish he wasn't, but he is. But I don't care about him being involved. I just want him to leave me alone and stop spreading lies about me. I'll leave him alone about being in the baby's life if he will just stop ruining my life. Oh, honey, he will. He didn't mean anything by it. He just was mad you were saying he was the father. You both just need to apologize. Our daughter has nothing to apologize for. She's not the one running around town spreading harmful rumors. The school is looking into this now because of his lies. Your daughter is the one who got pregnant. If this wasn't what she wanted, it sounds like she should have been put on birth control or taught to keep her legs closed. But her indiscretions are not going to drag my boy down no matter what. If I have to keep my legs closed, maybe teach your son to keep it in his pants or use a condom. I'm not saying I have no blame in what happened, but he is just as much at fault. Our son is not going to lose his scholarship and future over you. Why don't you consider adoption? We can help set you up with a wonderful agency through our church. Your son can stay far, far away from my baby and I. We don't need him. I won't beg him to be a father. Look, sweetheart, even though he isn't the father, the fact that you are saying he is could jeopardize his sports scholarships. If you won't get rid of the baby, we can offer you a lump sum to walk away and leave him alone. No, I don't want hush money. If he isn't willing to admit that he has a child, then I want nothing. My baby doesn't need to know anything about their low-life deadbeat father. They will have a family that will actually love and want to be there for them. Well then, problem solved. You don't want him involved. He isn't the father anyways, so let's end the conversation here. We wish you all the luck in the world, and if you want to reconsider adoption, don't be afraid to reach out for the number to the agency. I knew you two were self-absorbed and entitled, but I never knew how bad. I hope you see this baby years from now and regret that you missed out on having them in your life. Get your dog fixed. Make sure he never breeds again. He doesn't deserve it. Steve, I've had enough of your insults. It's time for you all to leave. You have caused us enough stress and concern, and we have nothing more to discuss. I truly hope you figure out which man you slept with is the father. That baby deserves to know. I know who the father is. I help you to wake up and realize you raised a douchebag.